All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to day three of the 2026 Profit Playbook event. This is our annual Synergy Traders, our annual Synergy Traders Friendsgiving event, brought to you by TradeOutLoud.com and TimingResearch.com, along with our co-sponsors BigTrends.com, OptionProfessor.com, and MadHedgeFundTrader.com. So, just a reminder, all of these presentations are for educational purposes only. Trading is not suitable for all people. And please consult a financial advisor and only trade with money you can afford to lose. All of these sessions are being recorded individually, and they will be available on TimingResearch.com. Also, if you search for Timing Research on YouTube, Substack, or your favorite podcast app, you can find them there as well. So up first, Silas Peters gets to open the day for us. So I'm going to turn it over to him.
All right. Well, thanks so much, David, and the Time and Research team and all the sponsors for having me on. Can you guys just want to do a quick check here? You guys can hear me okay? And I guess I'm assuming you guys can see the screen. You guys can let me know. That'd be great. All right. Perfect. Let me get my chat open here as well. Okay. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Got interesting markets going on here. Interesting market volatility kicking back up here. I'm going to talk about a very unique trade strategy using SPX options. So my name is Silas Peters from T2 Markets. Welcome to the SPX Income Trading Masterclass. I'm going to show you how to build potentially daily income from SPX options. And this is all without guessing direction, without spending hours at the screen, needing any prior trading experience. And by the end of this session, you're going to see how traders just like you, beginners, burnt out veterans, even full-time professionals are collecting up to 3 to 5 income checks a week using this unique strategy. This method only takes approximately 10 to 15 minutes a day and has proven itself across thousands of trades and over a decade of data. Now, let's set some expectations. This isn't some get rich quick nonsense. You're going to discover a real proven strategy to build consistent income using SPX options. This is the exact same approach that we use every single day in our own accounts. You're going to see how to generate daily, weekly, and monthly income, not from wild bets, but from a methodical system using repeatable trade setups and a mechanical set of rules. Now, this all works without needing an audience, selling anything, running ads, without staring at charts all day. No special skills needed. No selling, no dancing on TikTok, no massive risk, just one repeatable skill that pays. And yes, you can 100% absolutely do this because we are doing this every single day. Now, if you're asking yourself, are you in the right place? Well, if you want to build an online income and need a process you can trust, then absolutely 100% you're in the right place today. And I'm going to spend some time talking about why I think this can be one of the best income resources ever. And SPX trading and trading really in general, as we know, is a solo sport. It means we don't need to answer to a boss, find clients, chase customers. Once you learn how to do this properly, nobody can take that income away from you. Number two is you can make money whether the market goes up, down, or sideways. This isn't about predicting the future, it's about collecting income from it. Number three is we don't need to build websites, funnels, no social media, dancing. You just need to master one skill, and I'm going to show you how simple this can all be. Now, this is very important. It is 100% recession proof. It works in recessions, booming bull markets. It simply does not matter. And yes, you can even do this from your mobile phone. It's also president proof. Left or right, blue, red, green, brown, doesn't matter. The income system works regardless of who's in office. Number four is it only takes about 10 to 15 minutes a day. It's all it takes to place your trade, move on with your day. No second guessing, no stress, just results. And then finally, number five is this, is that it's very easy to learn. It means no more zombie trading, no more chart hopping, no more stacking 27 indicators, just a clean mechanical approach that flat out works. And if you simply do what I do, simply do what our students are doing, you're going to start getting the same results that we get. It's really just that simple. Now, what do we trade? Now, I've traded everything Stocks, futures, Forex, even books. I've traded books on Amazon. It required a lot of effort and the margins were very thin. But only one market gives me the speed, liquidity, and reliability that I want. It doesn't matter if 1,000 of us are doing the same thing, we're likely going to get the same results. That's how mechanical this system is. Now, it's all done through SPX options. Has anybody here traded SPX options? Anybody familiar? This has become one of my personal favorites, and it's the core of the entire income system I'm going to walk you through today. In fact, I like being in a company like that of Uncle Warren, who sold billions of dollars in cash secured puts during the 2008 crash. Now, this isn't an entirely new idea. It's just rarely executed with the kind of precision that I'm about to teach you today. Now, this trading system, it really didn't exist a couple of years ago. And that's how new and how powerful and how timely all of this is today. Now, before we officially get into the meat and potatoes, quick backstory on me. Who am I? My name is Silas Peters. I'm the founder of T2 Markets. I'm a co-founder and partner of Blue Bottle Advisors. I'm an entrepreneur, risk taker, full-time trader, speaker, author, educator. Started my career at the Chicago Board of Trade. I'm also a husband, a father to two girls, and I'm a mentor to thousands. And my obsession is helping serious traders get serious results. And now, before we dive into the theory here, I want to quickly cover some stats on SPX. Let's talk about volume. Now, as the date of this graphic here, SPX is seeing a huge jump in daily trading activity. And that means more opportunity, means better fills, faster trades, and the volume continues to explode. And that means liquidity, which means opportunity for you and I. Now, people ask, why SPX instead of SPY? Well, here's the deal. SPX, SPY rather, pays a dividend and settles in shares. SPX doesn't pay a dividend, settles in cash, and expires every single trading day. And we like this. So SPX is what's called European style options. It means no assignment risk. It's settled in cash. And this gives us a unique edge that we're going to use to fully exploit with our trading strategy. It makes it far safer for income traders like ourselves. Now, if there is a better, faster, easier way to generate real income online, I frankly, I just haven't found it. And I'm sure we've all looked at some point or another. Now, my no BS policy is quite simple. You're not going to make $10,000 a second by next week. Yes, there is something for sale at the end. And no, you don't need to buy it to benefit from this training. We are traders, and what I'm about to show you is one of my favorite ways to make money in the markets right now, and I do not see that changing anytime soon. Now, there are three secrets that change everything. One is why traditional trading is broken and how we aim to solve it. Number two is why most traders struggle and how the market is rigged against them unless they know what I'm about to show you. And then number three is how to build an account that grows while also staying safe. It's the smartest way to balance risk and reward for maximum growth. So if we start here, what's the real difference between trading and investing? And which one actually matches your goals? Well, investing, as we know, is slow, passive, often uncertain. You hold and hope. With trading, you take control, but you also take on more risk if you don't have a system. Now, SPX income trading combines the best of both, the control and speed of trading, but with the safety and consistency of a well-managed investment process. It's rules-based, means low screen time, low stress, and it's perfect for those who want steady wealth without waiting years and years and years. Now, here's the truth. The market is designed to take your money unless you know how to play the game. And today I'm going to show you exactly why most people lose, and then how we're going to flip the script and finally start trading like a professional. Now, stats don't lie. We know that over 80%, if not more, of retail traders lose money. In fact, most blow up their accounts in 3 months or less. And most traders and investors are not failing because they're ignorant or they're stupid or they're dumb. It's just because they're following bad strategies and they don't have a plan. Okay, this is documented reality. that we see. And a lot of this probably sounds familiar to you, constantly adding and removing lines, tools, indicators, just trying to see if this works. Or maybe you're fumbling entries, exits, targets, taking trades that look good in hindsight, but keep ending in losses. Maybe you bought yet another course that's impossible to replicate. You're thinking, well, maybe this time I'll get it right, but the system never quite delivers. Maybe you're zombie trading, scrolling through chart after chart, hoping the next one is the one. It's exhausting and it just doesn't work. Maybe your results are mediocre. Maybe you've wiped out a few accounts, YOLO'd a few trades. You're not alone, but it doesn't have to stay this way. Maybe you're frustrated because it's not working for you, except for the occasional, lucky win here or there. Nothing feels repeatable, no consistency. The real reason that people lose money is because they're winging it, making it up as they go along, and that's not a system, it's a gamble. And history proves that your own worst enemy isn't the market, it's your emotions. Think of the dot-com bubble, '08 crisis, the 2020 crash. Most traders panicked and lost, but many profited. Why? How? Because they followed the clues and they followed the rules. Now, that all stops today. All the guessing, the hoping, the hype, all of it stops today. From now on, you're going to have a proven process to pull profits from the markets. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick one simple strategy and we're going to master it. Trade it the same way every day like clockwork, using a rules-based system that's been proven over time, back-tested, repeatable, objective. That's how you create consistent income without all of the emotional whiplash. This system is your stress-free path to potential long-term wealth. There's no more timing tops, no more timing bottoms. You simply collect income while everyone else is arguing about direction. And the best part is that this works in bull markets, bear markets, sideways chop, does not matter. SPX income trading helps you build daily gains with minimal effort. It removes your emotional decision making. You're not panic selling or chasing green candles. You're following a plan that's already proven to work. And it compounds over time. Small, consistent wins stack up fast, and that's how you can build a real trading account without all of the burnout. And I don't want you to just take my word for it. Let me show you the data so you can see it with your very own eyes. This system here is based on rules, and rules can be back tested. What you're looking at here is 10 years of data, over 2,000 trades, all from one single setup. Now, this isn't cherry picked. This is every single occurrence of the pattern over a decade, traded mechanically, no discretion. And that's what we call an income system, like a factory. Same setup, same outcome, same process. It either works or it doesn't. We don't guess. And yes, we trade this on the S&P 500. Ticker symbol is SPX, using 0 DTE options and a $5 wide credit spread. Now we call the core setup the tag in turn. And this is a swing-based trade structure designed to profit when price taps a zone, then reverses. So that's simple, repeatable, and powerful. The best thing is we don't need to be perfect. We don't need to be perfect. We simply follow the rules and we let the results speak for themselves. And you're going to see setups like this appear every single week. We take the ones that meet the rules and then we leave the rest. And this is a glimpse of what you're going to have the ability to do. Trades like this every single week in SPX. This one here is Hershey, just to show you that we're using the same logic. The strategy works across all tickers, but SPX is where it shines brightest. Here's another one, 91.8% return on capital with a $15 profit per share. That's the power of mechanical execution. Another 90.2% return with a $55 profit. These aren't anomalies, it's the standard. This one, a 90% return with an $80 per share profit. The pattern shows up, you follow the plan, you collect the income. Another one, 91.5% return, $40 per share. Short, clean, consistent. This one 93%, $95 per share. Same setup, same results. Even in a slower trade, we still come out ahead. 84.5% return, $40 profit. That's a solid days of work in 15 minutes or less. This one delivering 98% return and a $150 gain. One of the cleanest executions that we've seen. Sometimes patience is the profit strategy. In this example, a $64 return came from multiple entries. Profit captured in phases, all by design. Here's another clean win, $90 profit with 95% return. This is what a high probability system looks like when it's doing its job. And students aren't just participating, they're crushing it. Here we've got Brian smashing 100% win. Kevin, 80% return on capital. Duncan, 80% return. And they're all using the exact process that I'm going to show you today. Okay, this isn't luck, it's the system in action. And they're not spending all day in front of the charts. They're following the system, they take the trade, and they get on with their lives. And that's what happens when you stop overcomplicating and you start executing with clarity and confidence. And so this is part two, where we get a little bit deeper. Okay, part two is we talk about why traditional trading is flawed and the fix. We talk about what's broken with traditional trading and then how to fix it the proper way. And so most traders are stuck in this flawed model. You're trying to predict price direction, time the perfect entry, micromanage exits, and it's exhausting, right? It's exhausting. And here's the truth. Traditional trading is 100% dependent on picking the right direction. You only get paid if you nail the move, which is rare and hard to replicate. It doesn't factor in volatility, market conditions, price behavior, and that's why most traders leave huge gains on the table because they're flying blind. Now, here's the fix. We trade with the market, not against it. We're using modern tools, new option expirations, repeatable setups, and we do it without getting emotions involved. And we don't need to be right on direction. We don't need the market to make a huge move. And if it does, we just get paid faster. No overcomplicated. SPX income trading lets us get paid without perfect timing, and that's the edge. And it becomes a game changer once you understand it. Think about this. If you knew that the market was going to move and you could profit without guessing direction, wouldn't you take that trade every time? Well, it sounds obvious when you think about it, but you'd be surprised about how many people don't and then they miss out. Think about this. What if you could profit without timing a move, picking the right direction, but if you did, you got paid a little bit quicker? Well, that's exactly what the SPX income system was designed to do. Whether SPX goes up, down, sideways, you get paid so as long as your setup and risk profile are set up correctly. The SPX income system was designed to do all this. A simple, optimized process that works with market movement instead of trying to fight it. So how do we actually profit from this? Well, let's walk through the exact mechanics, and I'll show you why this works time and time again. Let's compare this to how most traders think about how profit works, okay? In traditional trading, you only get paid if you nail the direction and the move is big enough. So if the market makes, a huge move, great, you get a big win. But if it barely moves, you get nothing. Or worse, you lose. And here's the problem. That means you have to be right about direction and timing, and the market has to cooperate with a large enough move, and that's a lot of ifs. But with income trading, it's completely different. You get paid even if the market moves slowly or not at all. It's like getting paid to wait. Small moves, we still win. Sideways chop, we still win. Big move in our favor, we win faster. The only time we lose is when the market moves against us too far and we're still in the trade at expiration. And that is 100% okay. We will have wins, we will have losses because that's part of trading. But get this, a perfect entry is not needed. Even then, The loss is predefined. We know exactly what the worst case scenario is before we place the trade. No surprises, no disasters, no margin calls. So let's walk through how we profit. Okay, this is where SPX income trading flips that script on everything you thought you knew. A trade doesn't need to go big to be profitable. In fact, it doesn't even need to move much at all. You're not relying on speed or direction, just probability and time decay. And we're not using stop losses in the traditional sense either. So a trade that goes against us early can turn around and finish in profit by the end of the day. If we get a big move in our favor, beautiful. The trade hits 100% of max profit quickly and we're out. If it's a small move, no problem. Still a 100% win. The market just needs to stay above or below our break even level. Even a tiny move, just 1 penny in our favor, can deliver a full win. That's the edge of being at the money with a spread working for you. Even if the trade moves slightly against us, we can still close for a partial win. Anywhere between 0 and 99% of max profit is still on the table. If the trade doesn't work out, we already know what the loss will be before we place the trade. So that is a risk-defined strategy. Okay, that means we can't lose more than the cost of the spread. For example, with a $5 wide spread and a $2.50 credit, the most we can lose is $2.50. And the worst case only happens if we're completely wrong and we let the trade go all the way to expiration fully in the money. But most of the time, the market gives us plenty of time to adjust, manage, or simply let probabilities play out in our favor. Now, we're not trading naked options here. We're not holding for weeks. We're taking quick, controlled, structured trades and stacking small wins. The real power isn't just the wins, it's the confidence. You'll know exactly what to do, when to enter, and when to exit, and most importantly, when to stay the heck out. That's why traders who follow this system, they don't panic. They're not glued to the screen. They place the trade, manage the position, and then they move on with their day. So let's kind of zoom out for a second, the 30,000 foot view of how the SPX income system works. First, we identify what we call a pulse bar. Next, we wait for a clean break of that bar. Then we set up what we call a profit package. And then finally, we manage the trade or we let it expire for max profit. And that's the entire model. We do this in less than 15 minutes per day. Congratulations, pat yourself on the back. You have a profitable online business. Now, what do you need to run this strategy? Not much. Any charting platform will work, but personally, I use TradingView, and this is the platform we have pre-built indicators and workspace templates for, but you can technically use any brokerage or firm that has charting. And for options execution, I prefer tastytrade, though interactive brokers or thinkorswim also get the job done fine as well. So step one is we're going to identify what we call a pulse bar in the first 2 hours of the day, okay? We don't need 14 indicators or a NASA terminal. The strategy is built on clean charts and one visual clue or cue, what we call the pulse bar. Less clutter, more clarity. So, what is a pulse bar? A pulse bar is a 30-minute candle that closes in the top or bottom 5% of its range. It signals strength, bullish, bearish, in a way that's easy to spot and act on. So here's what we look for. A bullish pulse bar closes in the top 5% of the range and higher than it opened. Bearish pulse bar closes in the bottom 5% and lower than it opened. One glance, one condition, that's your setup trigger. And so we know that the high to low range of a candle is 100%. So all we're looking for is a close in the top 5%, which is a bullish pulse bar close, or a close in the bottom 5%, which is a bearish pulse bar close. So that's not very difficult, right? Now, if we're doing this manually, don't worry, it's dead simple. Just grab your Fibonacci tool on any platform, set it to show 0, 5, 95, and 100% levels. Then we'll measure the high to low range of the 30-minute bar. If the close lands in the top or bottom 5%, that's your pulse bar. Now, can we automate a pulse bar? The answer is yes, we can. Because pulse bars are a mechanical rule, we can have them coded into platforms like TradingView. And because this is a rules-based system, automation is easy. And our team have already coded tools that detect pulse bars on TradingView. But we don't just stop there. We don't just stop there. The software also filters trades by ATR, time of day, directional bias, tag and turn swings. So you're only seeing the cleanest, highest probability setups and none of the other noise. The setup bars are visually marked. Now, we built this in TradingView, so it's browser-based simplicity, desktop, laptop, phone. We've got you covered. In fact, this is a sneak peek glance of what it looks like. You're going to see dots or triangles on the charts, pulse bar labels, projected break zones, all calculated in real time. So it's no guesswork, it's just execution. Okay. So there's no guessing, and you're probably thinking, well, this is cool, but what about performance? Well, since it's a mechanical based program, we can run some back testing and get some hard data. Now, although we have a smooth upward sloping equity curve, we can still see that there are some lumps and bumps along the way. But when we add some simple automation to our software, and I'll show you how to get access to this tool later, but just know that automation is not required. It just makes everything 10 times easier, faster, and more consistent. But when we add some of these filters, we now have a much smoother equity curve, right? So you're probably saying, well, Silas, if this is so good, why not just trade it and keep it yourself? Well, I've got an answer for that. I do trade it every single day. That is when I'm at my desk, which is most days. I trade this system live with our own capital, with prop capital, all in real time. And what you're learning here, guys, isn't theory. It's not recycled fluff. These are the exact strategies we use in our own accounts. Screenshot from a Tasty Trade account, live, real money, not a demo. Tasty Trade doesn't offer fake data or paper trades. So what you see here actually happened. You're going to see several open positions, all placed using the same pulse bar strategy that I've been walking you through today. And the edge applies across SPX, futures, even stocks, if you wish to adapt it to those markets. Now, originally, this was developed for a similar strategy for futures and stocks, but when 0DTE SPX options came along, it really changed everything. Same rules, bigger edge, and more frequent payouts. Now, look, I absolutely love, eat, breathe, sleep trading, but I also love teaching and helping others master the system, and others is part of what drives me. I know what it's like to struggle with bad information and useless strategies. So now I help others avoid that pain and speed up the results. But don't just take my word for it. This system works, and not just for me, it works for hundreds of students around the globe every single week. Chuck here, starting with $800 in his account, turning it into $2,700. That's not luck, it's the system executed consistently. Here, Brian, following the process, he's not even a full-time trader. He's just somebody that followed the rules. We've got Kevin again. We've got Stephen, Colin, Duncan. Balvinder says trading is more structured. Sticking to the plan is more profitable than trading by opinion. And that's really the shift that changes everything. So let's get back on track here for a moment, because by now you've seen the edge, you've seen the proof, the pulse bar setup in action. Pulse bar step number one. Again, it's simple. We wait for a pulse bar in the first 2 hours of the day. You know what that is. It's a 30-minute candle that closes in the top or bottom 5% of its range. Step two is where the money is made. That's our at the money credit spread. And now that you know the setup, let me show you exactly what a profit package is and how to place one. What is a profit package? So it's a trade with two parts. Think of this kind of like a game. Player one sells an in-the-money option. Player two buys an out-of-the-money option. Same time, same direction. And specifically, we're selling one in the money and buying one out of the money. So simple credit spread structure, right? Here's what it looks like on a real option chain. We're selecting two strikes, one slightly in the money, one slightly out of the money. And that's where we get our credit from. You'll notice the strikes are about $5 apart. That's our defined risk. So if we break this down, ITM means the option is already profitable. It's in the money at the moment of entry. OTM means it's not yet profitable. It's out of the money. By combining both, we build a position that gives us net credit and capped risk. Now, I don't want you to overthink this. Use the strategy selector that's on every platform. Choose vertical spread, and then you pick your strike, and it's literally done in seconds. So here's an example of a bullish profit package. You sell the higher strike put, you buy the lower strike put, and you collect a premium for placing that spread. Here is a bearish version. You sell the lower strike call, you buy the higher strike. Same idea, it's just flipped upside down for a downside setup. But the logic is the same. The execution is just mirrored, okay? Now, which way do we trade? It's simple. If we see a green pulse bar, we're bullish. We place a bull put credit spread, usually found on the right side of your options chain. If you see a red pulse bar, you're bearish. You place what's called a bear call credit spread on the left-hand side of your chain. And so that's step two of the income system. You place a profit package. And now you've seen how simple this is, whether you do it manually, automate it with a platform strategy builder, okay? Now, step three is really the best part. Once you place the profit package, you walk away. You don't stare at charts. You don't micromanage. You let the trade do what it was designed to do because the edge is already baked in. Time decay is working in your favor, and you define your risk up front. You set the trade, you walk away, no babysitting, and no micromanaging. Now, here's what most traders miss. We only lose if the trade finishes in the money at expiration. That means you've got the whole day for the market to turn around, pull back, or just go flat and still come out with a profit. Now, this is how trading should feel. Stress-free, mechanical, confidence in every position. You follow the steps, you manage the trade if needed, and you let the system do its thing. No panic, no overthinking, just results. And so to recap, step three, walk away and let the trade do its thing. You're not watching charts, you're not second guessing. The system is doing all of the heavy lifting for you. And step four is quite simple again. Rinse and repeat. This isn't about chasing perfection. It's about taking the same high quality trade setup day after day, just like a production line. So part three is this: how to build an account that grows while staying safe. This is the smartest way I know to balance risk and reward for maximum growth without taking unnecessary risk, without needing a huge account, and without guessing your way through trades. And as I keep saying, SPX income trading is one of the most powerful short-term investment strategies out there. Fast, flexible, and it's semi-automated, and it lets you build wealth without years of waiting or watching charts all day long. And it's not just working for me. Our students are crushing it using the same strategy, same tools, same rules. The only difference is how consistently they show up and how quickly they take action. So let me show you how this actually works with the numbers, because this isn't just about theory, it's about repeatable outcomes. And this is where it gets fun. What I'm about to show you is not a promise, it's a math lesson. Okay, think of this as a demonstration of what's possible when you follow the rules consistently. and just trade up to 10 to 15 minutes a day. Let's say that you start with $5,000. We'll risk 5% per trade because we're only trading the SPX. We're using defined risk strategies. For every 3 winners, we assume 1 losing trade and 1 no trade day. And that's a realistic rhythm, even if you're only trading the mornings. So week 1, you have a win, win, loss, win, no trade, 3 winners, 1 loser. It gives you about a $500 gain with almost 10% ROI. Week 2, similar setup. This time you gain $550 and a 10% ROI. Week 3, another profitable result. Week 4, you're still consistent. Over the full month, you're up $2,300 or 46% gain on the account. So we break this down. You started with $5,000. You only risked 5% per trade. You won 3, lost 1 no trade per week, and you made $2,300 in profit or 46% gain for the month. But it doesn't end there, because once you've got consistent profits, we start to compound. And this is where trading can get fun. This is where trading gets fun, when you start to compound. So instead of starting month 2 with $5,000, you're now starting with $7,300. Raising position size of your growing balance, your risk per trade now increases, and so does your profit potential. Now, I'm not going to bore you walking through trade by trade, but let's fast forward a bit and see what happens. Without doing anything different, your gains start to accelerate. Month 2 brings in $3,300. By month 6, your balance is over $49,000. By month 12, over $480,000 and more than $150,000 in monthly income if you're compounding aggressively. So we recap this again. You started with $5,000, only risked 5% per trade, consistent 75% win rate. You won 3, lost 1 no trade. You built a $150,000 a month income in 12 months. Now, we need to stop before we get all carried away here. Let's be very clear. What I showed you was a math lesson. Yes, you can build a $150,000 a month income starting from $5,000, but is it likely? Not without consistency, patience, and time. But what matters is this. Even a fraction, a small fraction of what I just shared with you would likely change your lifestyle. You say, okay, this is great. The math works, but does it actually work? Well, you've seen screenshots from our live Tasty Trade accounts. This is not demo mode, guys. No faking fills. These are real trades placed in real time. This isn't winging it. It's rules-based, back-tested, forward-tested, sideways tested, and live tested across thousands of trades over years of market cycles. And it's extremely flexible. SPX is our go-to, but you can adapt this to futures, ETFs, even stocks, as long as they meet the basic setup criteria. But for simplicity, SPX is still the most elegant version of this system. Now remember, guys, remember that this is just one of 7 total income strategies that we have in our back pockets. So imagine the possibilities. Imagine the possibilities of these real world trade examples that I've already shared with you at the beginning of this workshop. These are real trade setups that occur on a daily and weekly basis that you'll have the opportunity using this system. More student wins, more success stories. You're going to notice a theme here. Small risk, steady wins, real money, using the same process that you've seen today. This isn't about cherry-picked unicorns. These are everyday traders following a mechanical system, and they're stacking results trade by trade, week by week. And I want to help you get your own success. Now, before we go any further, let's quickly recap what you've learned so far. One, how to spot pulse bars, how to place profit packages, how to manage trades and stack wins, and how to grow your account safely with just 15 minutes a day. Now, the question is, what are you going to do about it? It's decision time. You've got the strategy, you've got the rules, you've seen how to make this work. So, what do you do next? What do you do next? This isn't a theory session. This isn't a watch and wait situation. It's about execution. If all you do is keep watching webinars, watching YouTube videos, TikTok, whatever, nothing changes. But if you take action, you've got a real legitimate shot at building something powerful. Think about this for a second. Where will you be in 12 months if you keep doing what you've been doing? Will you have the results that you want? Will you have the consistent income machine working for you, or will you be stuck guessing, over trading, and hoping? Well, as I see, you've got three choices. One, do nothing, close this down, walk away, and stay where you are. Two, try to piece this together yourself, rewatch this, take notes. Maybe eventually you get it working. Or three, let me help you. Install the system, get it working in days instead of months, and start immediately trading with clarity and confidence. Let me help you so you don't have to figure all this out on your own. Today, I've shown you one piece of the puzzle. There are 7 other money-making, income-based patterns that we use to complement what you've seen. And if you want support while mastering this, then I'd be delighted to help you. This is my complete rules-based trading system that lets you potentially generate consistent daily income using pulse bars, profit packages, and our mechanical entry and exit rules. And the system flat out works, but it works even better with guidance and feedback. We pride ourselves on our student success rate. And if you're the right fit, then we'd love to help you get there as well. Now, this program may not be for everyone. I'd honestly rather you not join if it's not the right fit for you. And here's what I mean by that. This is for you if you want a structured, rules-based strategy. You don't want to watch charts all day. You want to trade part-time without being glued to your screen. And you're ready to follow a process and stop guessing. This is not for you if you want overnight millions. You're addicted to meme stocks and moonshots. You don't follow rules and prefer trading based on feelings. If you can't commit to a simple process, then this isn't for you. So who here is still with me? Who here is still with me? Because if you're still here, you know that this is something probably exactly what you've been looking for. So let's talk about how you can get started today. And get started through what we call the SPX income system. This is my complete self-paced course that walks you through everything from the basics to automation to risk management to mastering every single trade type, including the one we just covered. It's designed to take you from zero to confident execution. Now, what you're going to get is the 5-day SPX Income Bootcamp on demand. This is us walking through theory, strategy, setup, live trade execution, setting up your option chains, and so much more. No fluff, just actionable education. For those that want to dig deeper and want to spend more time in the charts, the breakdown, the theory, Q&A, basically no stone left unturned. We have everything you need in our library, archive, and trading suite. Now, we've also made this about as simple as possible to get you going and onto the charts with 3 pre-built indicator workspace templates for TradingView. No more fumbling around with complicated installs, tutorials, crazy configurations. We've already built the workspace templates for you. All you have to do is literally copy and paste. And in under 5 seconds, you'll now be able to spot and trade our 3 core setups with ease, giving you the setup and entry criteria, suggested strike selection and key stats, directional bull and bear bias and trend flips. So there's absolutely no second guessing. And that is only 3 of 7 total income strategies. Imagine the possibilities here when you have complementary income systems working together. Now, our motto is leave no trader behind. This is why we run a live members only Telegram room 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, where our students ask questions and they get answered. We discuss setups, entries, wins, losses, occasional bad jokes here and there. But we are a community and we are all here to help each other every single day. And as I've already told you, not only are you going to get 7 income strategies, all of our quick start guides, case studies, cheat sheets, everything you need to get started immediately, but you're going to get an all access pass to all of our live future boot camps we hold online. This is where we walk through everything in real time. We trade in real time. You get answered. You get to pick our brains in real time, and it sets you up for success. So here's your offer and how you get started with us today. You're going to get the 5-day SPX Income Bootcamp on demand, our complete strategy archive and training suite, 3 pre-built indicator and workspace templates for TradingView, our members only Telegram room, 7 total income strategies plus more in the works, all of our quick start guides, case studies, and more. And the total value of this is over $6,400. Total value of everything here is over $6,400. But we're not going to charge anything close to that today. We are on a mission to create as many successful SPX options traders as possible because we believe in our program. We are that serious and believe in helping our students. And bottom line is this: we want you to start trading with confidence and start getting real results. It's not going to cost you $6,000 to join us. It's not even going to cost you $4,000 or even $2,000 to join us. If you are serious about your trading and ready to take this next level, join myself and hundreds of other students who are actively trading this method on a daily basis. You get started today for a one-time payment of $14.97. You go to spx.t2markets.com, get started immediately. This is a one-time payment, no renewals, no subscriptions, no additional fees, lifetime access. You are going to jump into the Telegram room and start to see real world results. In fact, I used this system today, got paid in less than 20 minutes, guys. 20 minutes would have paid for this system. Now, the only wrong choice is doing nothing. If this resonated with you today, then trust that. Because a year from now, you're going to be looking back at this moment as either the day everything changed or the one you let slip past. And you can get started by going to spx.t2markets.com. It's not a coincidence that you're here today. You've made it this far because this has spoken to you. And now it's your move. And you can get started and join us by going to spx.t2markets.com. Start seeing results with a mechanical, emotion-free, rules-based system and quit guessing in the markets. Let's build this together. The tools are here. The support is here. The results speak for themselves. You just have to take the next step. Choose your path and let's start stacking wins together. And go to spx.t2markets.com. When you go to the order form, you're going to see 2 options. You're going to see 2 different plans there. And we can go over that if we have some time. What I want to do, just to make sure, I think I've got about 5 minutes, is I want to cover some frequently asked questions, okay? These are some FAQs. One is, what amount of capital is needed? Well, you saw one student starting with what, 700 or 800 bucks, turn that into $2,700. So yes, you could technically start with under $1,000. We typically recommend at least, two to three as a bare minimum. Two to three as a bare minimum. But if capital is an issue, we have partnered with one of the largest prop firms in the country where you do not have to put up your own capital. You can have access to up to $250,000 of prop capital without putting up any of your own hard-earned cash. What about pattern day trade rules, PDT? Great question. So I've got a few answers for this. How to avoid PDT. One is open up a cash account. Open up a cash account, a non-margin account that avoids PDT rules. Two, limit yourself to just 3 trades in a 5-day rolling period to avoid PDT. Three is partner up with our prop firm that has no PDT rules. So if you fall under $25,000 balance, you can still trade 1,000 times a day if you want. No PDT rules. And then four is we actually teach a strategy or a hack to avoid PDT inside of the training. Is this day or swing trading? Both. We have I say 7 strategies. We actually added more in a bonus session last week to give people more opportunity to extract more income. But it's both. We've got day strategies. We've got core morning bread and butter setups. We've got an afternoon setup. We have seven DTE strategies that are swing based. We've got something for everyone. Can this be applied to other markets? The answer is yes. Now, it's important to know that the entire SPX program is structured around SPX, but you can trade XSP, you can trade ES, MES, you can trade Qs, Diamond, you can trade Apple or Alibaba. It doesn't matter because it's a very mechanical, rules-based system. You can trade any other markets, but again, we trade SPX and RUT. Those are our 2 core markets that we trade. Do you offer a guarantee? So you see somebody's already asked this in the chat. Do you offer a money-back guarantee? So 2-part answer to this question. One, do we offer a guarantee about your success and how much money you're going to make? No. I have no idea how you're going to take our rules and if you're going to actually follow the rules, how you're going to manage the trade, how you're going to manage the risk, and just simply follow the complete rules-based system. I don't know what you're going to do. So no, I don't guarantee your success or how much you're going to make or win. But what we do guarantee is this, is that we leave no trader left behind. So if you are struggling for whatever reason, we guarantee that we will continue to work with you until you do. Okay. We have the offer includes a one-on-one session, and we have a full Telegram community of people executing these trades and these setups every single trading day. In fact, I haven't looked at Telegram this morning or since I've been talking, but I know we're stacked with wins because I actually traded this morning and was out before I got into this workshop. Got in at the market open and was out before I came on to talk to you today. So that's how powerful this is. So you can get started today by going to spx.t2markets.com. If you have any questions about what you've seen, you can email support@t2markets.com. We have a couple of different options as you've seen on the order form. If you go to the link, I'll break that down for you and show you what that looks like. You can scroll down here. You're going to see 2 options. The first option is just the system, right? Just the on-demand system. Option 2 that everybody, pretty much 98% of students choose is this one here, the Telegram room. So you can, and by the way, this is open chat, so students can talk back and forth to each other, and they do, and we do. We help each other out. We're talking about setups, trades, answering questions. You're going to get access to all of the 5-day future boot camps and a one-on-one session. Guys, this is lifetime access. I mean, it is a complete steal. And the best thing is this, I can almost guarantee you that it complements or it will complement everything that you're already doing. So if you're actively trading the NASDAQ in the morning or trading crude futures or trading Apple or whatever it is you're doing, I trade futures in the morning, trade futures actively in the morning. But I can place these trades, set and forget. I know exactly where we're getting in. I know exactly where we're getting out. In fact, every student, if you're following the rules and you're sitting at your desk, we're getting the same strikes, the same spread, the same entry, and the same exit. We know exactly once we get in, we know where we're getting out. For profit, we know where we're getting out if we're wrong. Completely mechanical. Trust me, I know that those trying to use discretion are those that are trying to use discretion. There's a very small handful that actually have success. So this is why incorporating a complete mechanical rules-based system can be a game changer. So there's your offer, guys. Thank you to David, Anka, and the Timing Research team. If you have any questions, email me at support@t2markets.com. I can't wait to get you going with this thing, get you going, get you into the markets, and I look forward to hopefully coming back here. Have a great week, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Take care. Talk soon, and we'll see you on the flip side.